At what point did you start playing both ways? Because it looked like you play like full games, like receiver DB, like full games.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, I was full returner and full DB. And then going into my senior year, I saw the rankings, right? It was like Jimmy Williams, it was like Ty Hill, it was me, it was a bunch of dudes. So I was like in the top 10, top 5, DBs, depending on which scout report you read for the league.
Yep.
And my coach,
I used to check that pro scout. I used to check that shit every week.
Yeah, I got pro scout. I got what is it? Sporting News magazines over here and everything, right? So my coach pulled me in the office. He's like, we graduated 5 senior receivers, and they were all like ballers. They were like good for college. They never made it to the league, but they were really good for college. And he's like, we're looking, to possibly move you to receiver. I immediately said, hell no.
At your senior year. So was Matty Ice still there?
Matt Ryan was there. Yeah, he was going in. He was going into his sophomore year, and I was like, but he wasn't the main guy yet. And I was like, there's no way in hell. And I was like, I just saw the rankings. Like, I'm not about to go to receiver. Because he didn't ask me to try it out. He wanted me to go full time.
Full time, damn, okay.
Yeah, because we had a lot of depth on defense, and we legit had no receivers. We had one dude, and he was about 5'6", and he was a really good player too, but he was small.
Were y'all still? What conference were you in? Was that the Big East still?
We were moving to the ACC.
Okay, you were transit. Okay. Yeah,
we were moving to the ACC. So we had a couple of meetings where I just said no. I was like, there's no way. And then, my mentality is I'm a team player, bro. So I was like, you know what? I said, I'll try it out in spring ball. I said, I'll play receiver in spring ball. They were like, bet, try it out in spring ball. Bro, I won the X job.
Start X off the rip.
X is the dude. Yeah,
so X is a guy, especially in college, because it's different in college.
You on the line of scrimmage. You on the line of scrimmage.
And like if you were that boundary corner in college, that was usually the guy. That's usually where they put the best guy. And on offense, that's where they usually put the X. A lot of times it's gonna be one-on-ones. You gotta win those matchups. Yep. I played both, but I like that boundary more, man. It's more action.
So I ended up winning the X job, but I said as long as I'll play full-time receiver, as long as y'all let me still come in like situational. So the first game we played BYU, they had Todd Watkins, the receiver. So on third down, I would come in and I would match him up. But I played full go at receiver.
Full go, yeah. I had my senior year. So I put in that paperwork after my junior year. You send the paperwork to the NFL. If you want to be an early entry in the draft, and they basically send it back and give you like a grade. Like a draft grade, basically. Yeah. Based off evaluators. And usually they give you a grade or two kind of after. So if you're expected to be like a second round pick, they're going to tell you like 4th. Just because they want to encourage you to go back to school. So
the insurance policy will tell you too how much money they give you. Yeah.
Lords of London. So I went through that process and I'm like, man, like I was, because my junior year was a deep cornerback class. You had Kaysen, you had Mike Jenkins, DRC. You had a lot of guys coming out. Who went at the top of that draft? But we had a lot of guys coming out. So I'm like, I'm gonna come back for one more year. And my coach was like, yeah, you come back. We'll let you play offense. I've been asking to play offense my whole career. And finally my senior year, but it wasn't full time though. I had like 15 play packages and kind of like you. Like I already knew I was projected to go high in the league as a corner. And I'm like, hey coach, look, I'm not running across the middle. Right. I'm not blocking, like, because we was a run heavy team.
All the above.
Yeah, we had Donald Brown, so we was a 21 personnel team. So basically, when I came in the game, it was like a 50% chance I was getting the ball. But it was fun though. It was nothing better than that. Doing it on a college D1 college level, because most people did it in high school. Unless you go to like a big powerhouse type of high school, you play one position. If you're that guy in high school, you basically don't come off the field.
You don't come off the field. I came off the field on like punt. That was it.
Yeah. So when I played in college, like my first couple of years, my mom and my dad would come to the game. My mom would be like, "Yo, why they doing you like that?" I'm like, "What you mean?" Like I'm a starter. Like, what you mean? It's like, well, I feel like you don't play that much. I'm like, Mom, like this ain't high school no more.
Yeah, she wasn't used to that.
Before years started, my mom like, yo, you're not on the field enough. So that senior year, man, that was probably the most fun I had playing football. Even practice, like practice, I had certain periods where, all right, D-Buck with the offense. So now I'm in 707. I'm routing up my own DBs and shit. So that was fun, man. It's nothing like doing that on the big stage. And it's only a few. I know you were one. Talib. I remember Talib played some offense. Did Seawood play offense?
Seawood definitely played offense.
Okay, Seawood.
Champ Bailey.
Yeah, Seawood was a standard champ. Yeah, Pat P did it in the league.
Pat P did it in the league. Dion did it in the league.
Yeah, so that's a
Crow did it in the league too.
He did? Oh, did he have he ran like okay, Crow did. Crow was a freak. That Crow shit was crazy. But
Crow didn't play his senior year and went first round.
In one game. But I remember, so when I was getting ready for the pro day, I had somebody send me, and this is kind of old, like we didn't have everything isn't as available as it is now. Somebody sent me that Crow's pro day workout, and I'm like, yo, this the lead. This is the lead quarters. This dude 6'3".
He was ahead of his time, bro.
Yeah, that shit was wild. But yeah, that's rare air playing both ways. So enjoyed that, man. So you get drafted 4th round, right?
4th round, because that was what happened when I went full time. Mm-hmm. I knew it was going to kill my draft status.
Yeah,
because they were like,
so you feel like that hurt your draft status?
I knew 100% it did, and that was why I was reluctant to go ahead and play it, because I was like, okay, I'm full-time receivers. Like, they drafting guys high because of the position they mastered.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, it's not like I can do everything. I'm pretty good at a lot of stuff, but I didn't master one position. So are they gonna make that?
Be like a jack of all trades. You'd rather be. I got you.
Yeah, like now you're gonna invest in a guy who didn't master his position. No, you're not. Mm-hmm. So I knew that was the case because my draft prediction was like late 1 to a mid 4. Mm-hmm. Or even early 5. That's what it was.
Yeah, that should be stressful.
Especially back then. That's like 8 hours you sitting there watching TV.
It was it all on the same day?
It was 2 days.
Or 2 days, okay.
Yeah, it was 2 days. So because I took a pre-draft visit to the Steelers. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting there with Bill Cowher. He was like, yeah, man, we're looking at you for our 32nd pick. That receiver,
man, them coaches, man, I got to do an episode just about that shit, the Texas and the calls and how many coaches I went in. And, hey, man, if you're on the board when you're there, if you're on the board, we get the. Hey, I'm standing on the table for you, man.
Yeah, but you went 2nd round though. You good.
Listen.
You good. I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. The draft day stressful, regardless. I don't care where you go.
I don't want to hear it, bro. You didn't have to wait that long. I went 4th round. The worst part about it though is. It's not even so much like people are like, oh, aren't you got drafted? I'm like, I'm happy I got drafted. But it's who got drafted before me as well.
You always remember that. You always remember that. I don't care who it is. And the thing about my draft, so when you're watching that draft, it's stressful.
Because were you 08? What was your draft?
I was 09.
09, okay.
I was 09. So it's like you projected. So I was projected like mid 1st to high 2nd. But it's kind of like you wait for that run on your position. So like it's always so like me, Vontae, and like Malcolm were the top 3 guys, Malcolm Jenkins. But we knew like Malcolm was gonna be projected as a safety, but we expected Malcolm to go like top. I want you you want the guys that's around or in front of you to go early as possible. I wanted Malcolm to go like 5. Right. I wanted Vontae to go like 7, 8.
Out of there,
so I'm like, okay, the next team need a corner. I'm on the board. So first corner didn't go really till Vontae at 25 because Malcolm went 14 to the Saints. Then Vontae went to 25 because he like failed the drug test, some shit at the combine. He was supposed to be like a top 10, top 15 type guy. Right. So I'm watching the draft like, man, people teams calling, hey man, if you're on the board, we gonna grab you, man. They get on the board, they pick somebody, Percy Harvin, they pick somebody. So it was an experience, but definitely a blessing to be drafted. Definitely a blessing to be drafted that high. But you always look back at your experience, it's just different things. But it was a dope experience, man. Dope experience.